See, in today's class, I am going to explain what is database. See, Nishan sent one project. This is a, what is the project? I think so I'm getting some resource from Nishan system. Nishan, I'm getting resource from your PC. Yeah. So Nishan created one project. The name of the project is revise one file import. I'm importing the project. Browse. I'm selecting device 1, okay, copy project into workspace and finish. So this is the project which contains only, I think, source code of the login and sign up. So first one, what I want to do here, see, so before executing the program, first we have to learn what is SQLite. Before learning the SQLite, we have to know something about database. We have to know something about database. Before going to the database, we have to know some different terms. That is what first one, variable. What is the variable? Variable is nothing but say one variable which can hold some value. Variable nothing but which can hold some value. That value may be integer value or float value, whatever it may be. It depends on your requirement. Then whatever value we are assigning inside the variable, so that is only for some state only. Some state is nothing but whatever value you are assigning inside the variable, that is applicable for only the specific session. Means suppose I have two activities. In activity A I declare one variable, in activity B I declare another variable. When I navigate from activity A to activity B, whatever value you are assigning in that variable, the value will gone. Okay, means here temporary. The value of the variable is temporary. Next one, we have some other storing mechanism. So that is what file system. The file system means we can store data. We can store data in the form of files. We can store the data in the form of files. Okay. Next one, here one more concept, that was shared preferences. One more concept, we have shared preferences. The shared preference means it also holds the data, means it also stores the data in the form of, so in the file format of XML, and it contains data. It contains data in the form of hash map. In the form of hash map. Hash map means it contains the key and value. Here contains the key and value. Okay, that is what shared preferences. Next one, the file order, you know. Next one, variables. Variable is for temporary, but the file is nothing but it will store the data in the form of file, means there's some raw data. Next one, shared preference is used for to store the, it will store the data in the form of XML file. That XML file contains key value based field. That XML values contains key value. But now we are going to discuss data base. Simply, the data is nothing but some piece of information. Data is nothing but piece of information. Okay, that is what data. Base is nothing but depends. Base is nothing but depends. Base is nothing but depends. Here see, so database. Database in the sense, if you want to store bulk of data, if you want to retrieve the bulk of data, if you want to fetch, insert, delete, if you want to do that type of operations, I have to go for database. Here, as a DB, simply we call it as database. Here, as a DB software, we have some different types of software. The SQL, Oracle, MS Access. These are some famous database softwares in smartphone. Sorry, in device point of view. But when you come to the smartphone, the famous operating system, sorry, the famous database is SqliteDtabse. The famous database is SqliteDtabse. So here SQL stands for, anybody knows what is meant by SQL? See, SQL is nothing but structure query language. What is mean by structure query language? Means if you want to do anything inside the database, we have to give some commands. So structure query language means whatever we want, we have to pass one query, and the query means the query should understand by SQL. Next one, structure means the query should follow the structure. The query should follow the structure. So that is meant by simply SQL. So SQL means structure, query, language. Another important thing is, here for mobile phones, means for smartphones, they design one special operating system. The name of the operating system is SqliteDtabse. SqliteDtabse. So this is what the name of the SqliteDtabse software. SqliteDtabse. Then the SqliteDtabse is for optimizer. This SqliteDtabse is for optimizer. SqliteDtabse is optimizer for smartphones. Optimizer for smartphones. Why? Because the system process means the device, Android device or Android, okay, I want a device, the configuration is low and price is low. So that's case, what they did here, they created one different SQL, they created one framework. The name of the framework is called SqliteDtabse. Okay, structure query language. Light means the lightweight. When compared with others, it works a little bit fast. Why? Because the SqliteDtabse is optimized for smartphones. SqliteDtabse is optimized for smartphone. So this was simply what is the SqliteDtabse. Next one, another important thing is, while I am using the SqliteDtabse, here I may have to use some predefined classes. I may have to use the predefined classes. The first one is SqliteException. The first one is SqliteException. So in SqliteDtabse database, I am having some predefined classes. The first one is the exception classes. That is what SqliteException exception. Next one, another important class in SqliteDtabse package, means in SqliteDtabse framework, the name of the package is see, here how to use some predefined classes. The first one is Open Helper. So this Open Helper is used to create the database, to fetch, means if you want to do any database related operations, DB related operations, I can perform those all operations with the help of Open Helper. Next one more class, SqliteDtabse. Using this SqliteDtabse, we can create, insert, execute. Using this SqliteDtabse object, we can create the database, we can insert the database, we can execute the database. Execute in the sense to fetch the database. That is what SqliteDtabse. Okay, the first one is SqliteOpenHelper. The second one is SqliteDtabse. The third one is cursor. A cursor represents, if I want to get the number of values from the database, means suppose in my database I have n number of data. If I want to get all the data, I have to use the cursor class, which can hold n number of rows. Okay, that is what cursor. The cursor is used to fetch the data. Another important thing is, here we have two classes. That is what? Content values. The purpose of the content values, we can store data with respect to we can store the data in the form of key value pairs only. Okay, so this is what's content value. SqliteOpenHelper and SqliteDtabase and SQL cursor and content values. At the same time, SqliteException. These are the main 5 classes which we have to use SQLite. So now what I'm going to do here, first I'm opening SRC which is sent by Nishant. Now I'm going to see See Nishant, while you're writing any program, you should not give com.sra. Why? Because it means myself is Shravan, so that's why I'm giving a SRA. So put one meaningful name. So that case, what will happen if you join in any new company, they will get means okay, they will consider you as a senior developer. Why? Because if it is a normal student, they won't know how to write that. Generally, everybody will put the test 1, test 2, this one. Okay, but you select your project name is based on your scenario. Okay. Next one. See, here you have 2 packages. Next one, the class name is also always starts with capital. The class name always starts with capital. Previously we discussed it. Okay, how to discover? Why? Because every class name starts with capital. Okay. Now, what I want to do here, I want to see the source code of this. Yeah, toast function simply contains toast only, and service one, I think it's our main activity. See, now what he is doing is getting some data from, okay, first initially I want to run, right click, run as Android application. See, when I press the sign up, simply go into the, okay, showing the sign up page. Now what I want to do here, I don't want to save all, I don't want to save all the info. Just I want to store username, password. Okay, I think I should change. Sign up. Sign up. Did you not check it or check it? Ishan, did you check this application? Nishan, are you there? Nishan? He went to offline. Okay, let me check from my side. So what is the base activity? Your main activity. In the main activity, simply create username, password, clear button, and login button. When you press about the login button, you are getting the username and password, and he is storing those username and password inside the saved preferences. And okay, now what I want to do here, see, I'm going to create one new package. Right click, new class. Right click, new. I'm creating one package. The name of the package I'm giving com.sra. What is the main package name? Display fn, display dot database. Okay, means I'm creating one folder, and I click on means I create one package. So just I'm opening the package and click on new and click on cancel. Now create one class. The name of the class I'm giving as a database. The name of the class I'm giving as a database. This class is I'm going to create inside the database of my database. Okay, now I create one class name, just you click on finish. Yeah, see I got my database. Now see here from this point onwards we are going to discuss very important concept. So whenever you create SQL related operations, first we have to create one class. So here I create one class. Now this class should access SQLite open helper. Okay, see the purpose of the SQLite open helper is it contains a method like on create and on upgrade and on open, and this class takes care of opening the database if it exists. Okay, just import extend the SQLite open helper. Next one, click on that method and add unimplemented methods. Why? Because SQLite open helper is a one predefined class, one predefined abstract class. So whenever I imported the packages, whenever I import the SQLite Open Helper, I should import two methods like onCreate and onUpgrade. OnCreate and onUpgrade. Next one, another important thing is we have to create one more constructor here, public. The constructor is given as a my database. Okay. So that is what constructor. But what was the error here? Yeah. Next, another important thing is, see here my database is a normal class, and what is the super class here? What is the super class for my database?
SqliteDtabse Open Helper.
Okay, SqliteDtabse Open Helper. See, whenever I create one object, constructor for that, it's showing some error into the constructor. See, implicitly super constructor is defined. Must explicitly invoke the another constructor. So here, what is the super class for my database? Is it super class for my database is SqliteDtabse Open Helper. Now super dot, I'm passing some parameters. The first parameter indicates the application object. The first parameter indicates the application object. So context CTX. That is what my first parameter. Okay. Next one here, how to give. See. Okay. Context. The first parameter, how to pass the context object, and the second parameter takes. See, the first parameter is context. Second parameter is the name, means the name of your database. Suppose I am giving the name as Codeforce. I am giving the name as Codeforce. And the third parameter I should give the factory, but always the factory name put as null. Next one, version of your database. I want to use the version is 4 is enough. Okay, I want to use the version is 4 is enough. So what will happen whenever you create an object for my database, whenever you are passing your context, in that case, if the database is not available already, now it will create one database. The name of the database is what? Whatever name I given in second parameter, it takes that name as it takes the parameter as a database name. Let's see. The first one is application object. The second one is a code force. Means the second parameter which indicates the database name, and third parameter which indicates the factory. But you don't need to consider a factory. The fourth parameter is that your database version, means whatever database you are creating, the database version. Next one, another important thing is whenever you create anything, the data you can store inside your application memory only. Inside your application memory only we can store. Next one, in onCreate. See, whenever you create method for my database, that case this constructor will be called. After the constructor, it will execute some methods. Next one, here inside the SqliteDtabse Open Helper we have onCreate and onUpgrade. Two methods we have. Inside the SqliteDtabse Open Helper we have two methods. One is onCreate and onUpgrade. This onCreate and onUpgrade, those are predefined methods which are available under SqliteDtabse Open Helper. Next one, in the onCreate, what I want to do here, onCreate is taking of the database object. OnCreate is taking for the database object. So your db dot means your database dot insert, database dot insert. See, insert taking some different parameters. The first one is a table. This my table insert the row into means whatever data you want to insert, we have to take the help of table. Next one, parameters table. The insert the row into something. Okay. Now here what I got here. So in this scenario, I created one database. The version of the database is 1. Next one, inside the onCreate, we can perform some queries like inserting, deleting, updating. Okay, what I want to do here, db dot insert. Sorry, db dot insert. Simply you see, insert taking is that first one is a table name in which column I should install. The first one is a table name. Okay, so db dot, here I don't want to use insert, db dot exec, execute SQL. db dot execute SQL. Execute SQL in the sense it will create, it will execute, okay, one SQL statement. So what the statement I want to give here? Do you know anybody need to create the table? Create my table, 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 name as user. Okay, create table user means I'm going to create one table. The name of the table is user. Okay, next one, inside the bracket, TID, integer, TID is a integer. Next one, username. So for username, I'm giving the text as a UNM. Next, I'm giving as a text. Next one is a password. I'm giving as a text. Means simply what I did here, I created one table. Simply what I did here, I created one table. So db.execute SQL means it simply will execute one SQL command. The name of the command is create table user. Okay, user is in the sense my table name, and inside the brackets whatever I mentioned, that is what ID. Okay, TID, which is integer, and number is a text, and password is also text. Okay, in this scenario what will happen? OnCreate method will be called. Now OnCreate simply it will call to. In OnCreate simply I am using the DB. A DB is what? A DB is object of SQLite database. So using that I'm executing one query. I'm executing one query. Then what will happen? Whenever you created this one, now you got your table was created. Now your table was created. Now see, you are going to take one more class, SqliteDtabse as DB. Means simply I declare the object and yes DB equals to get writable database. As DB equals to get. See, SDB is the object of SqliteDtabse database. Now using the get writable database means simply it will get one instance for writing. Okay, means it will get the one instance. Means so get writable database means I'm getting the database is editing position. Means I can write something into the database. So now I got the object. Now using this SDP, what we call the SDP is the object of which class? The SQLite. See, I open the brace here. I close it. Okay. We should close. This is what. Create table user, the table ID. What is the wrong here?
There should be another brace.
Yeah. Okay. So simply execute it. So now what I want to do here, I want to create one generalizer method, public void insert insert. Insert. For inserting, what I want to do here, your database object. What is my database object? SDB. Or we call the global database object. SDB dot insert command is there. In insert, it taking the table name, means on which table you want to insert. See, mainly insert taking one is the table name. Second one is the null column hack, means somewhat column name from your table. The third one is the content values. Content values means nothing but what values you want to insert. The first one is the table name. I want to insert the value inside the user table. Inside the user table, and the second parameter indicates. Where is that? Yeah, and the second parameter indicates some column value. Suppose I am giving the column value is TID. I am giving the column value is TID. Means whatever column, that's your wish. You can put any column. Okay. Next one is the values. Values is nothing but whatever values you are going to insert. context. For inserting, simply what I want to pass here, content values CV. Okay, here also I will put CV. Means why? Because your content values know something information. Whatever information I am entering, that one I am inserting inside the database. See, the insert takes mainly 3 parameters. The first parameter represents the table name. The second parameter represents somewhat column name inside the table. The third parameter represents what are the value you want to insert the table. Another important thing is insert returns one value, that is what long type of value. That is what long type of value. Simply what I am going here. Going to do here long return. Okay, means I'm returning one long value. What is the long value? If my record is successfully inserted, it will show the inserted record row number. So it will return the inserted record number. So inserted row number. Suppose if not, means maybe the table is not available, maybe the column value is not available. So that case it returns -1. -1 in the sense you did not install anything. So simply whenever I am calling this method, simply I am passing the value of CV. Sorry, whenever I am calling this insert, I am passing some content values and I am inserting. Now what I want to do here, go to your, I want to delete all unnecessary code. Okay, go to your main activity. In main activity, private void store data. Private void store data means I create one user defined method. Inside the user defined method, what I want to do here, I'm getting the username and password. Okay, in store data I got the username and password. Now how to create the object for my database. My database db equals to new my database. Next one I am passing get application context. Application context means our application object. Application. Now see my database db is object of my database. Now if I want to insert anything, db dot insert say simply takes the content values only. So content values cv equals to new content values. Now cv dot put. The put represents the key and the respective value. The key of the username is what? The key of the username I given as a UNM and password I given as a PWD. Okay, UNM and PWD. Yeah, UNM means insert the UNM column of the database. I want to insert the username which is entered in the text. Okay, now assume I inserted username at the same time. Yeah, so in the same database, the second column value will be password. The second column value will be password. Now password. In the content values, I am putting the pass. pass. So later what will happen? So the pass is nothing but whatever value you have. Now integer RID means inserted ID. Okay, simply this case insert method simply will return not integer long. Okay, pass pass. PASS means what is the wrong here? PSS pass. Control C, the variable name. Okay, now simply I am inserting the whatever values I am going to insert here, UNM and password. The UNM password, those are keys, and the respectively those are values, and I store those values inside the content values. I am sending the content values to this company. Sorry, I am sending the content values to insert method. Insert is a method of which class? Database DB. DB is a method of which class? Sorry, DB is the object of which class? My database. So in my database, I am having one method called insert. So whatever values you are inserting whatever values you are inserting. So the values you are inserting under which table?
User.
user. Okay, next one, what is the second parameter? Second parameter is any one of the column from your table. Any one of the column from your table. Now I execute the query, insert. After inserting it returns what? After inserting, yeah, it's okay. So if the value is successfully inserted, it will return the inserted value long ID. Suppose the value is not inserted, then it returns the -1. So now what I'm doing here, so after inserting here I will show toast dot make text, get application context, status ID I'm saying plus RID, duration I'm giving 0 dot short. Okay. So now what I want to do here, if the successfully the value was inserted, then I want to go back. To move the back, simply we have to use the finish method. Finish means to finish the current activity. Next one, whenever I press the button, login button, simply I'm calling the method called store data. I'm calling the method called store data. Remaining text I make it as a comment. See, whenever I press the button, then I'm using the store data. So now what will happen?
Shravan?
Yes.
You're implementing the SQL database in the login screen or the sign up page.
1 minute. Tell me.
Yeah, so right now you're implementing it in the login page, is it?
No. Which one? Yeah. Means no. I thought I'm writing. I have to write in sign up page.
Yeah.
Okay, main
That's
activity. Okay. So I have to implement the sign up page. Where is the sign up page? This one? Yeah. See, I have to write that code inside the sign up page. So just cut the store data, Control S, paste the store data inside the main activity. In main activity, where is the method? Yeah. Control C in sign up page. Yeah. I given the store data. Next one, whenever user clicked on login button, where is this? Email. Okay. Sorry. Whenever user click the sign up page, this is what? Whenever user click the sign up page, username and password. See, whenever user click on the sign up button, just simply I want to call store data method. Simply I want to call the store data method, and I'm commenting all necessary data. Okay. Next one, how to remove the code from the login screen. Yeah. From the login screen, I remove the code for inserting. Only for sign up case, what will happen here? So whenever I press the button called store data, means whenever I press the button called sign up button, then store data method will be called. In store data, simply I am getting the method. In store data, simply I am getting the username and password, and I create one database object, and I inserted the next one. I create one content values. The values I am inserting inside the UNM and RID. RID means after inserting whatever values you are passing a UNM and username and password PSS. Okay. So later, whenever I am using a DB is object of my database, and insert is one predefined method. So db.insert means here I am passing the content values. Why? Because the content values knows which values I should install. Means I should insert. So later here I want to show if RID is not equals to, otherwise RID is greater than or equals to 0. RID is greater than 0, otherwise in else block I want to show show message, control C, greater than 0, I will show success, otherwise failed. Now simply once I will try, but before that first see here, you right click, just select your project, go to window, go to show view, other, file explorer. In Android part we have to use the file explorer, just open that. Next one, if you observe here, the name of your package name is com.sra.revise1. Just go to your file explorer, here you have opened the data. Inside the data contains one more data folder. See, where is the lock? Window, show you, other. I think previously I shown you now to get the device version or device details. Okay, so maybe data. Inside the data I am having one more folder for data. Inside that, yeah, see, the name of your package name is com.sra.revision1. So com.sra.revision1. So initially, how many folders you have here? Hello, how many folders we have here? 2. Okay, but did you have any folder which is related to XML file? Means shared preferences? No. The reason is in this application we are not using shared preferences. Now, after run this application, right click, run as Android application. I'm running this application. Sign up. Whenever I sign up, I'm entering some username. And I'm entering some password 123. When I press sign up, see, status ID is what? If you observe, status ID is 1 and success. Suppose now if I insert, username is Nishan and the password is 123. Okay, when I press submit, sign up, did you observe status ID how much I got? 2.
Yes.
Okay, the reason is how many records? Next one, did you observe? Inside that you got one more folder. The name of the folder is what?
Databases.
Databases. Next, another important thing is here in your my databases, what is your database name? Codeforce. Okay, in your my database, I given my database name as a Codeforce. So that if you expand your database folder, what folder you got here? You observe you got the folder, the name of the folder is Codeforce. Hello? Nishan, there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is what Codeforce. Okay? Means whenever, now this Codeforce is one DB file, the DB file will be allocated inside my application memory. Okay? Next one, we create one folder. That folder contains one database file. Inside the database file, we can get the data. Means we are storing the data. Now I want to sign up. Pallavi, name, password also I am giving as a Pallavi. Okay? Then sign up. Now it will return 3. Sign up. Barnali. Barnali. Password also I am giving as a Barnali. Sign up. See, I got 4. Now, if I want to view this data in the normal browser, just select your file from your file explorer and export. And click on save. Now, your database was created. Your database was created. Now, what I want to do here, I have one predefined software SqliteDtabse Manager. Okay, Just click on that one, and the SQLite Manager is one manager tool which is used to open our database. Okay, see, new database I want to open. The database is available under desktop. No, I want to choose as the open other. That means I want to opening. The name of the database I given as a code force. Just I selected this. Did you observe here? I open the code force with the help of SQLite Manager. Did you observe here? What is the table here I have? I have a table called user, and how many columns I have in the table? TID, UNM, password. Okay. Next one, if you want to data, just select start from user. So when I press execute, hello. Did you observe I got the data which is I entered inside the database or not? TID I did not enter anything, so that's why it's showing a null. TID I did not enter anything, that's why it's showing a null. Now another important thing is I implemented what? Item. Now when I press the login, I want to check whether the username is and password is available or not. Whether the username is password available or not. So to check that, simply here how to check. Select start from user where UNM equals to inside the single quotes Shravan and PWD equals to 1, 2, 3. Yes. Now execute. Did you observe? Did I get one record or not? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. Suppose if I enter 1, 2, 3, 1, if I execute, did I got any records here? No. The reason is the username and password means the query is not matched. So like that, what we want to do, I have to implement the login scenario. So main activity. So in my database, main activity, see I'm copying everything, sorry I'm commenting everything from this folder. Now string query query equals to, what is the query? Select star from user. User is a table name. Just copy the query here. Control C. Select star from user where UNM equals to and okay apostrophe s plus username. The username is whatever username is. Next one dot trim. Trim is nothing but I want to remove the spaces. Dot trim. Okay. Select start from user where UNM equals to username plus in double quotes I have to give the apostrophe s space and PWD equals to apostrophe s plus PSS. PSS means the value whatever you enter apostrophe s. Okay, so this is what I am forming one query. Means select start from user where UNM equals to user number, means whatever number you are entering, username, and PWD equals to whatever the password you are entering. Okay, now I got the query. Now what I want to do here, I have to go to in the my database. Here public void check login. Simply I have to pass string query query. Here sdb dot raw SQL. See the raw SQL returns cursor object raw SQL. Here I am passing query and the null. Query and null. Okay, so cursor CUR. The cursor CUR. So cursor is nothing but it contains the rows number of iterations. Here I will check if CUR not equals to null and CUR means your cursor got get count. Cursor got get count is greater than or equals to it's greater than or equals to 1. Then return true. Else return false. Here instead of white, I will put as boolean. Means here I create one method called check login. In check login method, I am passing one query. In check login method, I am passing one query. The query which you generated previously. Okay, it will execute the query. Based on the query, if you get any number of records, the number of rows will stored inside the CUR. If you have any record, then the CUR value is not null. At the same time, the CUR is it contains the number of rows. It contains the number of rows. If the number of rows means the rows count is greater than or equals to 1, I am returning true. Okay. Otherwise, I am returning false. Okay. Is this logic was clear to everyone?
Shravan?
Yes.
Shravan, why do we use the get count?
Get count means suppose, see here, where is this? Yeah. See how many records I got?
1.
1. Okay. Now the records will assign inside the CUR. Now CUR dot get count returns 1. How much? How much it returns? 1.
1.
Okay. Now the condition is true or false?
Condition is true.
True. So that's why it returns 2. Suppose if I enter some other, okay, suppose if I enter username as Shravana, then when I execute, did I get any query here? Means did I get any results?
No.
No. Why? Because the query means the username I entered wrong. So now what is the value of cursor count? 0. 0 greater than 1. Condition true or false?
False.
False. So that's why it is false. Means the query credentials is not matched.
Okay.
The credentials, whatever I give, yes.
Yeah, but my doubt is that if the CUR value is not null, then it automatically means that the value is there in the database, right? Why do you want to count it again?
No. CUR means not null means, see, here I did not get the value. In that case also CUR contains the values.
Oh, okay.
While the contains the value, the CUR now it contains the number of columns. How many number of columns you have? 1, 2, 3 columns you have. Okay.
Right.
Okay. The get count means the number of records you got. If I get the number of records is more than 1, sorry, if I get any records means I have the username. Okay. So that case here, what I'm doing here, I'm returning 2. Now here I should check inside the main activity. My database db equals to, once again I'm creating instance for my database. My database, I'm giving a application context. Give a db dot check login. What I'm passing? The query. And it is integer, sorry, it is boolean value. Boolean is value. Pallavi and Barnali, is it clear?
Yes.
Hello? Okay. If is valid is true, then whatever you want to perform. Close dot, make text, get application context, success, 0, dot show. If it is a success, suppose if it is a boolean, it returns the boolean value is false. Else username and password not valid. Somewhat message, whatever message, but in real time scenario, if it is a success, you want to show in next screen. There is one. See. Directly username entering Shravan and password I'm entering 1, 2, 3. When I press the login, it shows success. Suppose if username if I enter Shravana A, then when I'm pressing username and password is not valid. Is it clear? Or any doubt in this?
It's clear.
Okay. So Barnali and